Welcome back to Algebra 1. We are doing Chapter 5, Section 1 in this book. But what we're going to be talking about today is the Slope-Intercept Form. And this is going to be your favorite form. The reason why is because there's a button on your calculator right there that says y equals. So this is the form that your calculator needs to be able to graph things. Now, I have calculator videos that go along with each chapter, so make sure you're watching those too. If you haven't been watching those, you need to get good at this calculator. I promise you want to. Alright, so we've already learned slope-intercept. We're going to talk about a few more kinds of problems that we can do with it, but I think from this point on out, in a lot of ways, algebra gets easier. Once you understand how to solve for x, then things just, I feel, start clicking together a little bit. Hopefully it will for you too. Alright, so the slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. And remember we said we don't know why slope is m. It must be that there was a fight among variables to see who got which one, and slope lost because it got m. Who knows why? And the b is the y-intercept, and I said, no, I don't know why that is either. But the y-intercept is a bare number. So now I think that it's b for bare number, meaning it doesn't have an, see how the slope has an x with it, it's got a letter, but the y-intercept doesn't have any letters. It's a bare number, b for bare number. You think? Alright, so our kind of problems we're getting, so the slope tells how much it's going up. The line is going up and over. Remember, if it has a y and an equals and an x, it's a straight line. If it doesn't have any exponents. And it's got all those things, so whatever is in that form is a straight line. And the slope tells how much the line goes up and over. It's change in y over change in x, rise over run, or y2 minus y1 equals x over x2 minus x1. Okay? And then the y-intercept is where the line runs into the y-axis. Alright, just to review all of those things. Now then, so remember this is your favorite one because it goes with your calculator. Okay, the next, well I'll tell you that in a second. I thought of something I want to tell you, but we'll wait till we get there. Alright, so here's a problem. It says if slope equals -2 and the y-intercept equals 5, what is the formula? And so, our formula is y equals mx plus b. So we sing, what are we going to sing? Oh yes, substitute. And we're going to substitute them in, which means we write them right underneath. So, we bring down what we didn't mess with, the y and the equals. Instead of writing m, we're going to write -2. Then we bring down x, we didn't mess with that. And then instead of b, we're going to write 5. So we use that information to write our equation, -2x plus 5. And we could graph it from that too. I'll put a little star here to remind me if I got time at the end to go back and show you how I graph it. Alright, here's another one. This one they gave us a graph and they want to know what's the equation, what's the y-intercept, and what's the slope. Now if you're given a graph, there's really two ways to do this. And I'll explain to you sort of the shortcut way and the really right way to do it. Okay, so first we're going to find the bare number, which is the y-intercept. So we look on y and we see where our line runs into y, and it ran into it at y is -4. So we know what's going to go here under b is -4. Y is going to go there, x is going to go there, and now we have to figure out the slope. Now one way we can do it is just look at it. And I can see that it goes up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. So just eyeballing it, it's going uphill. So it looks to me like it is 2 divided by 1, which is 2. Now sometimes it can be some tiny little decimal where it's not actually what it looks like. And then the formula will give you the right answer. So we go through and we say, okay, y2, remember, whichever x is closer to this side is x1. And whichever x is closer to this side is x2. This x is closer to that side, so it's 1, and its y has to go with it. If this is x1, no matter where it is, that's y1. If that's x2, no matter where it is, that one's y2. Okay, so we go look and we see y2, and we fill in 0. We write our minus sign before we go look to see what y1 is, because otherwise you will drop that negative. I've been grading this for decades, and that's where the mistake is made, by not writing that 0 before you go look to see what y1 is. Okay? What do two negatives make? That's right, a positive. So 0 minus minus 4, see how there's a times, and if you multiply two negatives, it's a positive. It's positive 4. And now this one, x2 is 2 minus, write that down, then go find what x1 is 0. 2 minus 0 is 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. My eyeball was correct, and that's the formula. Y equals 2x minus 4 is that line. Now, of course, mine's drawn ugly and crooked. Yours is going to be straight. You're going to use a ruler. You're going to use graph paper and do it right. All right, so I think I do have just a minute. I'll show you how you can graph this just using the formula. Okay, so what you do first is you go to the y-intercept, it's plus 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, put a dot. Then you look at the slope, and it's down 2, because it's negative, and then over 1, because it's rise over run, and since there is no denominator, we know it's an understood 1. Between any 2 points, you can draw a line, and that's what it looks like. Now, to check it, go to your calculator. Go to y equals. Put in negative 2x plus 5, and I show you how to do that in the calculator lab, and graph it and make sure it looks like that. Use that calculator to check, and for fun. It's just fun. The calculator is fun. All right, math is great. See you next video.